Developer Mobot Studios burst onto the Wii U scene late last year with Paper Monsters Recut. It was a fun, colorful platformer that was let down by the game being a little too simple of an experience. Now, halfway into 2015, the talented developers backed what they are calling a mini platformer titled Blockybot. Was offering console gamers an even more simple experience the right way to go, or was this a step in the wrong direction? Blockybot is a vertical platformer that has the player constantly jumping from platform to platform while collecting coins and avoiding enemies. And that really is it. There are a few idiosyncrasies in Blockybot. For example, if you don't jump after a few seconds, you'll end up at a game over screen, thanks to a lava-style obstacle that is constantly rising. The constant threat of death keeps the game moving at a brisk pace and requires the game to constantly stay on edge. Well, at least until you get used to the game's pace. The problem with Blockybot is that there really isn't much to it. There's only one enemy type, and the enemy just moves left and right at a constant pace. The strategy never evolves past trying to stay near the middle of the screen. The game is a simple experience and, well, it's priced accordingly at $1.99, but it fails to have the trappings to keep it fun. Your best score is displayed on the main menu, but there are no leaderboards, local or online, so you can forget about beating your friends' high scores. Mobot Studios has included a bevy of unlockable content, mainly characters, but this is just as underwhelming as the main game. Blockybot features over 20 characters, but none of these play differently. There are a few familiar faces, such as the main character in Paper Monsters Recut, and the star Spiky Walls, which was a shameless Flappy Bird clone that you may have seen on the eShop last year. It's a strange crossover, but it isn't any more baffling than some of the other design choices in the game. Blockybot isn't terrible, but it is an incredibly disappointing experience. The gameplay feels solid, but the lack of any variety makes it feel stale after a few minutes. In fact, on my more successful runs in Blockybot, I couldn't help but feel bored. The drama wasn't heightened due to a successful performance. It just made me realize that this game wasn't that fun, and this was all it had on offer. One area where the game does shine is in its audio-visual presentation. The graphics look great, and there's 4 different themes to choose from. Each theme has a totally different look to the world. The music is also one of the highlights. All of the themes feature one piece of music, and each track is relatively catchy and sounds different from each other. Sound effects are also well done. Perhaps the saddest thing about Blockybot is that there was obviously a lot of work put into the title. Blockybot aims to be a fun pick-up and play experience offered at a low price, and while it fulfills most of these promises, except for the part where it is actually enjoyable. There's nothing wrong with trying to offer up a simple experience in the eShop, but there has to be more depth on offer. A few more enemies, characters that mattered, and Mobot Studios might have had a surprise hit. Instead, they have a game that is better off avoiding.